Hey, welcome back to Just Guitar Talk. How's everybody doing? Today, we got a new pedal. We got the JHS Screamer. This thing is cool. It's been a minute since I've owned a Tube Screamer pedal. And, I bought this the day it came out. I saw the announcement. I was like, okay. And I watched the video for it. I'm like, I'm going to get one. So yeah, it's been a minute since I've had a Tube Screamer style pedal. Had a TS9 for the longest time back in the day, and I always used it as a kind of a lead boost. And then I had a Chicago Stompworks 808 clone that I used for a really long time, which I loved, and got rid of it for some reason. I just kind of got tired of the Tube Screamer thing, and I wanted to try different overdrives and boosts. And now I've been thinking about getting another Tube Screamer, but I held off for a while until I saw something that I really wanted to go for. And I saw that this came out, and I was like, I'm going to go for it. It's dead simple. I guess they made, JHS made a modded TS9 back in the day that they sold and then stopped making that. And then they have the JHS version on their Bonsai, their multi-circuit, everything in one Tube Screamer box. And now they've come out, they had the JHS 3 line, with all the different effects and overdrives and everything. And now they have this one right here for like $100, Tube Screamer. I was like, I need a Tube Screamer, and the price is right. So I'm going to go for it. So today I am playing the Screamer 3 here out of my Quilter amp. Love this guy right here. Blending the tweed and the black channels here on the amp. Got a little bit of reverb. And let me give you my clean tone with no effects here. Okay, playing my all-in-one Strat here. Now, I did notice when I engaged this pedal for the first time that it's loud. It's not in a noisy type of way, but in a volume type of way. This thing's got lots of volume on hand. And so yeah, you'll see that everything's at noon right now. We have volume, tone, gain, and a clipping switch right here. So we're gonna start everything at noon right now, and you'll see. So again, here's my clean tone. Now with the pedal engaged. That's a significant volume boost. All right, let's dial that volume back. About 9 o'clock, or let's go maybe 7 or 8 o'clock right there. Yeah, not much to speak of, but let's start right there about 9 o'clock. Nice, got that nice crystal clear mid thing happening. Very crunchy too. So this is like a good unity volume right here. And the gain is at a very usable spot right now where it's definitely giving some crunch, but nothing too crazy. Let's roll the gain, the drive, it's called, back till about 9 o'clock. A little bit crunchy. Now let's put the volume back up to around 10, 11-ish. Drive is still at about 9. I've noticed that when you put the volume up, it gets a little brighter. And then when you, of course, lower the volume, then it gets a little bit more low end. So I don't know if you can tell. Let's lower the volume a little bit there. Might be tough to tell in the video, but that's what I hear. So I have the toggle switch up at the moment. So let me go ahead. This is with the toggle switch up. Hit the toggle switch down. Put it back up. So I hear more presence when this switch is turned up. So, and that's where I'd be more likely to keep it because I use a tube screamer for soloing. And if I was going to be using this tube screamer for more rhythm, then I would probably keep that switch down. But yeah, definitely more presence when the switch is up. So that's going to remain up probably for the duration of the video. All right, so let's go ahead and put the volume up at noon. Tone is at noon. I'm not really touching the tone that much. I mean, you know. It's got a nice sweep to it, but you could see, I'm kind of using different guitars, so, you know, I'm not going to mess with tone that much, so just volume and drive. So yeah, we got the tone at noon. We also have the volume at noon. We have the drive at 9. Sounds nice, nice and sweet. Hearing lots of clarity, lots of crispness. And I don't think that's just the pickups. I think I hear a lot of note clarity with this pedal, which is very cool. I'm really digging that. Let's go ahead and bump the drive up a little bit. So drive is at 11 now. Ooh. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Now I'm going to, we started out the video with everything at noon and we heard what that's like. So now let's go ahead and knock back the volume a little bit to about 10 o'clock. And let's bump up the gain a little bit. So we got the volume at like 10, tones at noon, And then we got the gain up around 1 or 2 o'clock. Sounds good. Now let's bump up the drive even more. We're at 3 o'clock now. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and crank that drive all the way up. Now I'm going to put the volume at noon. So that's it cranked. So now let's go ahead and dial it to where I would kind of want to use it. So this thing is loud, so I got the volume dialed back, and then I've got the drive dialed back as well. So this is kind of where I like it. So right here, so we got the volume at 10 o'clock. We also got the tone straight up at noon, and then we have the drive at around the 10 o'clock area. All right, so that is the Strat. Now let's go ahead and hear this thing with the Les Paul. I'm going to keep the settings the same, and again, this is how I have it set up. I got the switch up, because again, gives us that presence, and I like the volume at around 10 o'clock, the tone at noon, and the drive also at around 10 o'clock. And here's the Paul. Nice and country. I meant to say crunchy. Anyways, I dig it. Now, on to the next thing. If you don't stack gain pedals, you should. what are you waiting for? It's the best thing in the world. One thing I like to do is to stack transparent gain pedals. So I wanted to show that the JHS Screamer stacks really well, as a tube screamer should. I have it stacked with this Kaleen Pure Sky, which is like a Timmy clone. I'm going to do a review of this pedal. This thing is fantastic, and it's like $30 on the used market, and maybe like $50 brand new. But for a Timmy clone, I've never played a real Timmy pedal, but this is a great transparent overdrive, and it's like, yeah, $30 used. It was a steal. Anyways, so this is the Kaleen Pure Sky on its own. So nice, very warm, a little bit fuzzy, transparent overdrive. So yeah, again on its own. Now let's go ahead and put the Screamer on top of that. Sounds great. I thought you might like to hear the Screamer with some modulation. I mean, what is better than a tube screamer with vibe pedals? So I got the Moen Jimmy Vibe here. So this is the tube screamer on its own, the JHS Screamer. And let's add some vibe in there. All right, JHS Screamer. Buy it. It's $100, and it's great. To me, it sounds kind of like a hybrid of a TS9 and a TS10. If you're looking for a tube screamer style pedal with a little bit more warmth, then I might go with something in the 808 range, because this is smooth, but it's not as warm as like an 808. Anyways, this thing is super cool. I'm really enjoying it. It's a great tube screamer style pedal. It's got the mid bump that you like, but it's also got a smoothness and clarity to it. And it also gives the notes some bloom too. So anyways, this thing was really 100% worth it. It punches way above its weight. And just get it. It's JHS. It's fantastic. This is not a sponsored video. It's on my board. I love it. Thank you so much for watching. I love it when everybody gives me a thumbs up, or if they give me any feedback, or if you want to comment, what do you think of this pedal so far? What do you think of the video? If there's anything you want to see, just let me know. I love to hear from you. So thank you very much for watching again. I hope you have a great week.